Things have changed a lot this year in every industry, and real estate was inevitably included in that mix. And with shutdowns and closures sparking a massive acceleration of many trends that were already happening in the real estate industry, 2020 marked a year where we saw struggling retail centers, booming e commerce growth, and technology coming to the forefront as rent payments, meetings, and even property tours were forced to be moved online for much of the year. And so much change in such a short period of time brings an equal amount of opportunity. And in this video, what I wanted to do is share my thoughts on three of the biggest opportunities I see in commercial real estate today heading into 2021 and how you might be able to capitalize on each. Hey, this is Justin from breakingthecre.com, and if you're new here on this channel, we talk about real estate investing careers and real estate investment analysis. So if you're looking to break into the industry or do your first or next commercial real estate deal, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos as soon as they're released. Now, traditionally, the real estate industry as a whole has been a slow adopter of new trends, with new technologies and ways of doing things generally taking a pretty long time to take off in real estate compared to other industries which can pivot more quickly. And part of this is due to the slower nature of real estate in that it naturally takes time to get city approvals, build buildings, and make changes to existing structures to create value in the real estate space. But this year, out of pure necessity, the rate of change in the real estate industry went into overdrive as retailers really struggled due to nationwide shutdowns. Hotels really struggled due to travel restrictions, and everything that was happening in the last 5 to 10 years seemed to accelerate in warp speed to accommodate all of the things that occurred this year. And with changes this big, the opportunities that have come to the forefront in the industry are huge this year. And so in this video, what I wanted to do is break down three of the biggest opportunities I see right now in the commercial real estate space and how you might be able to take advantage of each. So the first big opportunity on this list I see going into next year is something that I've talked about many times recently on this channel, and that is the conversion of struggling regional malls and shopping centers into industrial warehouses and last mile distribution centers. With the huge rise in e-commerce sales we've seen this year, industrial supply has not been able to keep up with demand, especially in the infill locations, which are ideal for these last mile industrial warehouses that get products directly to the end customer. According to CBRE data, US industrial net absorption was 56.8 million square feet in the third quarter of 2020, with warehouse and distribution year-to-date net absorption numbers clocking in at almost 128 million square feet, which was up 13.2% from the Q3 2019 figure. And these big numbers aren't new to the industrial space, as we've already seen significant sustained outpacing of supply versus demand in the industrial sector over the last 5 years, with national industrial rent growth hovering in the high single digits since 2016, a number that will likely only increase going into the upcoming decade. And in many urban or densely populated areas, the struggle for industrial developers right now is not whether or not they can find a tenant to lease their building, but whether or not they can find a land site to build a new property for a tenant already in tow. And for many dying shopping malls or shopping centers, these locations have already been pre-vetted by real estate investors, developers, and retailers themselves, making these sites ideal for conversions for those last mile distribution centers to deliver products to customers quickly as delivery timing expectations continue to become more competitive among online retailers. And speaking of repositioning, aside from just retail to industrial, the second big opportunity I see heading into the new year is another repositioning play, and that is the repositioning of hotels into multifamily properties. Because hotels are naturally built out with residential units and common areas, well-located hospitality properties that have struggled this year due to travel restrictions and business closures are prime candidates for being converted into multifamily space. Just like the industrial product type, multifamily has seen positive net absorption over the past decade, and that has continued to be true even through the third quarter of this year. According to CBRE data, the national multifamily vacancy rate was just 4.4% in the third quarter of 2020, another indicator that supply has yet to outpace demand nationally in the residential space. Many struggling hotels are also very well located assets with close proximity to office buildings, restaurants, and city centers, which, Even though that doesn't sound all that appealing right now, once businesses begin to reopen next year, this is going to be an attractive trait to residents who want that full urban living experience and work in the downtown metro. Even for suburban hotels that are not located in a major gateway market, this year has shown huge opportunity in residential housing in secondary and tertiary markets, with cities like Tucson, Albuquerque, Colorado Springs, and Tulsa seeing some of the highest rent growth in the country in 2020, indicating a supply and demand imbalance in these markets as well. And similar to retail, there are deals to be had out in the market today buying hotel properties from distressed owners, and with the hotel product type as a whole trading at significantly higher cap rates than multifamily deals, even in a stabilized environment, there's likely going to be significant room to run in pricing for multifamily investors to acquire properties at below market values, make the necessary capital improvements to transition a building from hospitality to multifamily use, and to ultimately create value through that conversion process. And finally, if you're not up for repositioning properties outside of building conversions to different uses and even direct real estate investment plays overall, the third major opportunity I see in 2021 in the real estate space is the property technology or PropTech industry. If you haven't seen the news already, Airbnb went public earlier this month, and at its closing value, the company was worth more than Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt combined, which are currently the three largest publicly traded hotel chains in the world. Tech disruption in the real estate space is very real right now and very much here to stay, and that creates opportunities for real estate investors and real estate entrepreneurs to create solutions and build companies to continue to meet the changing demands in the business to consumer space, but also the business to business space as well. Commercial real estate, which has traditionally been a very slow moving industry in regards to changing the way things are done, has very much started to adopt technology over the last few years, which has started to transform the way many real estate firms do business as a result. Companies like Juniper Square have simplified the investor management process. Companies like DealPath have taken on big name clients to simplify the acquisition pipeline and transaction process. Companies like Red IQ have simplified tedious and time consuming underwriting tasks, and new solutions are coming on the market more than ever today to help make the real estate investment and management process more efficient, more accurate, and less costly overall. PropTech has also caused significant disruption in buildings themselves, with smart technologies making properties more energy efficient and more custom tailored to the needs of the end user, and even 3D printing is starting to be introduced into the construction of actual buildings to make the real estate development process less costly, safer, and more efficient overall. And with major venture capital and private equity firms starting to pour hundreds of millions of dollars into CRE technology startups, PropTech has become even bigger in the real estate space in 2020, and we're likely going to see another major push in the PropTech space as we head into 2021. So if you are a real estate investor or you're looking to break into the industry to start a career in commercial real estate next year, how can you take advantage of these opportunities, and what should your game plan be heading into 2021? Well, first, for the repositioning efforts we talked about in this video, realize that going this route is likely playing the long game, especially if you're an entrepreneur doing this on your own. Depending on where you're located, gaining city approvals and entitlements to change property zoning can be a difficult, lengthy, and costly process. So if you're looking to make money quickly and aren't well capitalized starting out, taking this route is likely going to be an uphill climb. And if you don't want to do all of this on your own and want to leverage some of the real estate experience you already have today, a faster way to capitalize on these trends would be to go and work for a company that is investing in these struggling hotels or dying malls and repositioning these into residential and industrial uses. The opportunity is here right now, and opportunistic capital sources are already chomping at the bit to get in on the opportunities with these spaces. So if you're looking for a high growth opportunity with an existing company, getting involved with these types of efforts will likely be a very good bet for your career. Now, if the repositioning of malls and hotels doesn't sound like something you're up for, the second way to take advantage of these trends is to seriously consider a role in PropTech, especially if you have some real estate experience already and also have an entrepreneurial spirit. People who have a solid understanding of real estate from the principal, brokerage, or lending side of the business can offer these technology companies a much needed perspective to create products that are specifically tailored to the end user. And unlike real estate that tends to be slower money, Equity ownership in a small technology company can multiply extremely quickly with the right team and the right product. And if you're not completely set on working on real estate deals throughout your entire career, this could actually be a really interesting avenue to look into today that you may not have considered heading into a real estate career. And finally, my last piece of advice here when deciding where to go in the new year is to make sure you're not just jumping on the back of opportunity for the sake of the opportunity itself. As I say a lot on this channel, you're going to be the most successful in the part of real estate that interests you the most. So even if industrial is on fire right now, but you have no interest in learning about loading dock heights or dealing with city officials, repurposing retail properties into an industrial use likely isn't going to be the right fit for you. My advice is to follow your interests in the industry, get really good at those one or two things that interest you most, and you'll find that opportunities are going to start to come to you as your skill sets, knowledge, and relationships continue to grow over time. So I hope this was helpful if you're trying to come up with a game plan for the new year. And as always, if you're looking to tighten up your analysis skill set to land a new career opportunity or do your first real estate deal in 2021, make sure to check out Break Into CRE Academy, which is going to give you instant access to 19 courses on real estate financial modeling and analysis, dozens of Excel models and training files, and some additional one-on-one email career support directly from me. Also, let me know in the comments what you see as the biggest opportunities in commercial real estate today. And if you like this video and want to see more content like this, let me know by hitting the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos as soon as they're released. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.